Before he was president, Donald Trump was a reality TV icon, famous for The Apprentice. The show made him a household name, with millions tuning in each week to watch him judge aspiring business people. His larger-than-life persona and sharp business style became a staple of early 2000s television, and he quickly became synonymous with the world of high-stakes competition. And of course, his catchphrase, "You're fired," became a pop culture phenomenon, echoing far beyond the boardroom and into everyday conversation. He first hosted Saturday Night Live in 2004, joining a long list of celebrities who took the iconic stage. At the time, it was just another star-studded episode with Trump playing along in sketches and poking fun at his own image. Fast forward to 2015, Trump was no longer just a TV personality. He was now a leading Republican presidential candidate, known for his divisive rhetoric and headline-grabbing statements. His campaign was shaking up the political landscape, drawing both passionate supporters and fierce critics. When NBC announced Trump would host SNL again, it sparked immediate controversy. Protesters gathered outside the studio, and headlines questioned the network's decision. Critics wondered if this was an implicit endorsement or just entertainment, blurring the line between politics and comedy. The debate raged on TV and social media, with comedians and pundits weighing in on the risks and responsibilities of giving a candidate such a visible platform. The move gave Trump a massive platform, letting him appear relatable and funny despite his polarizing campaign. For many viewers, it was surreal to see a presidential hopeful cracking jokes and acting in sketches, blurring the boundaries between entertainment and real-world politics. SNL, long known for satirizing politicians, was now letting a candidate run the show. The episode became a cultural flashpoint, raising questions about the role of comedy in shaping public opinion. This wasn't just another hosting gig, it was a political event disguised as comedy. The audience's reactions ranged from laughter to discomfort, reflecting the nation's deep divisions. The stakes were high, with Trump's appearance set against a backdrop of heated debates and a divided nation. The episode became a symbol of the era's blurred lines between politics, media, and entertainment. The big question remained: what would it mean for America to see a presidential candidate take center stage on SNL? The answer would echo far beyond Studio 8H, shaping conversations about celebrity, politics, and the power of television. The announcement sparked an immediate and passionate backlash from Hispanic advocacy groups and civil rights organizations across the country, who viewed NBC's decision as a deep betrayal of the Latino community and a disregard for the pain caused by Trump's rhetoric. Just months earlier, NBC had publicly severed business ties with Trump after his inflammatory remarks about Mexican immigrants, making the invitation to host SNL appear not only hypocritical, but also opportunistic in the eyes of many. In response, petitions demanding Trump's removal from the show quickly gained momentum, with activists mobilizing both online and in person. Within days, more than 500,000 signatures had been collected, reflecting widespread outrage and a sense of urgency. Protests erupted outside NBC's headquarters in New York, with demonstrators chanting, waving signs, and calling for accountability from the network's leadership. Television critics and commentators weighed in, arguing that SNL was not just giving Trump a platform, but actively normalizing his extremism, providing him with free publicity, and softening his public image at a critical moment. NBC and SNL creator Lorne Michaels defended their decision, pointing to the show's long tradition of hosting political figures from across the spectrum, and insisting that comedy could serve as a form of political commentary. But for many protesters, this was more than a programming choice, it was a moral failure. NBC, meanwhile, seemed focused on ratings, tradition, and the buzz surrounding the controversy. As the show date drew closer, the controversy only intensified. Crowds swelled outside NBC, media attention grew, and security was heightened, ensuring that Trump's appearance would unfold under a spotlight of intense public scrutiny and debate. On November 7, 2015, millions tuned in, curious and tense. The show opened with Trump's monologue, interrupted by Larry David shouting, "You're a racist," a staged bit referencing real-life protests. SNL turned genuine outrage into a punchline, letting Trump play along and deflect criticism. Trump's screen time was limited, and sketches avoided his most controversial policies, focusing instead on his persona. The most memorable moment was Trump awkwardly dancing in a Hotline Bling parody. The episode felt cautious, steering clear of real satire and controversy. Many viewers found it unsatisfying, neither a sharp takedown nor a full embrace. SNL seemed to be tiptoeing, unsure how to handle its controversial host. Inside SNL, the mood was tense. Many writers and cast members were uncomfortable, feeling forced to create material for a candidate they opposed. Reports surfaced of Lorne Michaels protecting Trump from harsher sketches, prioritizing ratings over satire. After the episode, cast members expressed regret, believing the show helped normalize Trump. The experience left a lasting sense of guilt and internal conflict among the SNL team. Ratings soared. Over 9 million tuned in, making it SNL's most watched episode in years. Living rooms across the country buzzed with anticipation as viewers gathered to see what would unfold. The episode became a true television event, dominating social media and water cooler conversations the next day. But critics were far from impressed. Many panned the show as toothless and awkward, accusing SNL of pulling its punches and failing to challenge its controversial host. Headlines questioned whether the show had sacrificed its edge for ratings. The AV Club called the episode morally bankrupt, while political experts argued it was essentially a free campaign ad, a gift to Trump's campaign at a crucial moment. The debate over SNL's responsibility raged on talk shows and op-eds. The episode gave Trump prime exposure, letting him appear likable and relatable to millions. For some, it was a masterclass in using entertainment to shape public perception. Rival campaigns quickly complained about unfair media access, arguing that no other candidate received such a platform. SNL, however, defended itself by citing its long tradition as a variety show, not a political forum. Trump's supporters celebrated his performance, seeing it as proof of his charisma and ability to command attention. For them, it was a moment of validation and excitement. Opponents meanwhile saw the episode as a failure of both journalistic and artistic responsibility, sparking protests and heated debates about the role of comedy in politics. The episode quickly became a symbol of how Trump could manipulate media to his advantage, blurring the lines between entertainment and politics in unprecedented ways. The public was deeply divided. Some were thrilled by the spectacle, while others were appalled by what they saw as a dangerous normalization of a polarizing figure. In the end, SNL's gamble paid off in ratings, but it came at a significant reputational cost, leaving a lasting mark on both the show and the broader media landscape. Trump's SNL episode marked a turning point in the intersection of politics and entertainment. Traditionally, presidential candidates made brief cameos, not hosted entire shows. SNL's decision blurred the line between candidate and celebrity, normalizing Trump's candidacy. For many viewers, seeing Trump on SNL made him seem mainstream and less threatening. The platform let him bypass tough questions, presenting himself as an entertainer. The episode exposed how media, chasing ratings, could be exploited by savvy political figures. SNL prioritized spectacle over substance, setting a dangerous precedent. Trump showed he could bend media to his will, creating his own reality. The event changed how politics and entertainment would intertwine in the years to come. Nearly a decade later, Trump's SNL hosting is remembered for its impact, not its comedy. It's seen as a cautionary tale about media responsibility and the normalization of political outsiders. Critics argue SNL's attempt at neutrality failed, lending legitimacy to Trump's campaign. The episode is now cited as a media misstep, treating a serious political movement as entertainment. SNL's reputation as a satirical force took a hit, prompting a more aggressive approach in later years. The controversy reminded audiences that entertainment shapes culture and politics. The choices made that night in Studio 8H had consequences far beyond television, influencing the course of American history.